A very pleasant good afternoon as we welcome you into a Thursday edition of the Lion Country Kia Goon and Ironhead show. And we are at Quaker Steak and Lube as per usual. Lots to get into today. Pirates trying to hang on here in the wild card race in the National League. But football season kind of gets underway tonight. The Hall of Fame game will kick things off with exhibition action with the mighty Cardinals and the mighty Panthers doing battle in Canton.
You just set me up volleyball spiking because that's my only NFL game. I say it every year. The Hall of Fame game was the pinnacle of my NFL career. I played 2 games after that, but yes, I played in the Hall of Fame game. I tell the story, so again, we should we should have the Goon music story time. I tell the story every year. I'm telling you, it's hilarious because it's funny because our Rose Bowl was on last week. I don't know if you noticed that in the Big Ten. So
yes,
I played against a guy from Oregon out there. He was the offensive tackle named Stevie Harden. So he was playing tackle or guard, and I was playing tackle, or vice versa with the Colts or whatever. I was playing guard. Sorry, and I tell it. You remember the story that. People say, how's the speed of the NFL? I'm like, well, it's the same difference, maybe more, from like high school to college. And now you seriously go from college to the pros, and it's like, whoa. So we run a combination block. We pitch out the other way. We're the backside left tackle, left guard. So we combo block the tackle up to the linebacker. We're high-fiving because we blocked the linebacker. Coach Blackledge, who was Todd's father, was our offensive line coach at the time. He says, I'm glad you guys are happy about blocking the backside safety right there because your linebacker made the tackle there. And we were like, holy God. So the first play, I was like, the guy went right through around us and all that, and we didn't see him. And then the second time, I was like, all right, I got him this time. I told Harden, I said, hey, I'm going to get off real quick. I'll get this linebacker here. He's like, you got it. I'll get the D tackle, right? So. Sure as hell, I go and hit a freaking safety, and the coach is laughing at us a couple plays. That was the extent of my career. It was great.
Yeah, it's a different animal.
It is what it is.
Each step up.
It is unbelievable, though. You would not. I mean, okay, put it in wrestling terms. I mean. High school to college. I mean, it's and I know that high school they're wrestling at a younger age against these guys and all that stuff. But like when you get into say like David wrestling that Iranian guy a couple years ago, you know what I mean? What was the first time that they went at it? He was like, whoa. I mean, they probably both surprised each other a whole bunch.
Yeah. It is still to me one of the more fascinating things we're seeing in the sport of wrestling because for most of my life it was like that just like you're saying with football it just is it's a different level and it takes a while. The thinking has always been and not just the thinking, I mean the reality has been that you got to get into the college weight room, put on a little muscle. You're still developing, obviously, as you're in your late teens. And, I mean, in the last 10 years plus, we've just seen an explosion of young wrestlers, like in high school, and not even seniors in high school, who are –
competing, not just winning, competing,
and winning at the highest levels. Again, not just age group, but we're seeing, and you go back, I mean, kind of started with the crazy success with Kyle Snyder, who's, winning Olympic gold when he's, whatever it was, 18, 19 years old. And again, you generally speaking, in physical sports where strength is part of the component that is needed.
Yes.
Your prime years are 25 to 30. right? Would you say that?
Yeah,
Because
completely.
that's when you're like your body is done developing. You're able to put on weight, and you're not. You start to get into your 30s, and you may lose just a little bit of speed if you're a receiver or running back. And that little bit, though, can be a huge difference if now here comes the next round of individuals up. And, again, you might be able to make some adjustments and know the game well enough, anticipate things well enough that you can continue to compete at a very high level. And obviously a lot of guys have done that. But it still is amazing to me the number of individuals in wrestling in particular who are making a huge impact on the senior level of the sport while still in high school. And again, I get that technique-wise, these guys obviously are very special, but there is still part of me that is like, okay, I mean, I understand that, but also they couldn't possibly have the same type of strength that a 25 or a 26-year-old who's been in the lifting programs for a decade more than these individuals. No matter
the wrestling
how
guys who
God
don't
bless,
go to school, don't go to class, they're professional.
Yeah, I don't know.
What do you
crazy to me.
Do you think that is, and there's no answer, do you think that it's just like one of these explosions that's a one-time thing? Is it about a 5-year window here that we're just hitting on it? Or is this the way it's going to be? Because Kerry and I had this argument all the time. Not an argument. We talk about it all the time. Like, why is it that women tennis players are so dominant in their early teens, like as young girls?
Yeah.
Where men, it takes them, it's like wrestling.
Yeah.
I know that women mature a lot physically faster than men, but they're still 15 years old. Steffi Graf, Monica Seles, Jenny Capriati, all these girls. You know what I mean? I'm totally aging myself there.
Yeah.
But why does it seem like the women in tennis and they're like busted out at 25? But men are just getting into their prime at 25. But the wrestling thing, you can talk of that. Do you think it is just a super, super rare occurrence, or is this going to be the future?
That is a really good question. I don't know the answer, but I suspect we are going to continue to see what it feels like to me. It is one of those things where, thank you, as you develop along, the expectation now is just different. Like again, it was pretty much unheard of that you would, as a high schooler, even try to compete against like senior level Olympic or world team members. It just wasn't something that was done. Maybe you'd have the rare superstar kid who would, hey, if you want to come and roll around with us at a practice or something, every now and then that type of thing would occur. But once you see that, all right, well, this can be done, well, then I think that next generation, it's like, oh, well, he did it, so now I can do it. And now, what is going to be interesting to me is, okay, there is going to be a next wave of, I'm sure, ultra-talented, exceptional kids. But as this group now goes through, like, again, they are not hitting, I don't believe, their prime, because I think the prime is still the prime, and you're in that, maybe for wrestling 24 to 30 range.
Yeah.
And so, like, are there going to be people as the Marcus Blaze and Masa Onos of the world hit their quote-unquote prime? And again, these guys are already at that next level before they're really all that close to their prime. You know, part of it is going to be, do they maintain the same drive, the same work ethic? And I think those guys overwhelmingly will, because I think most of those guys, like Jax Forrest, just loves the sport. Like, I can't imagine Jax Forrest just, all right, well, now I showed that I could compete on the, I'll just take it easy, right?
I'm going to become a tennis player.
Or Marcus Blaze, or, any of these guys.
I've mastered this. It's crazy.
PJ Duke. So
we've seen
what is going to be interesting is, like, does this group just dominate U.S. wrestling and, largely international wrestling for a decade
12
plus?
To 15 years.
Run.
Jesus.
Or do they have, as they get to their prime, is there another group? It feels to me like this is an exceptional group of individuals that are coming out at about the same time over, maybe 3-year period here, and that they likely will be at least in the mix, top 1 or 2 at their weight class for the next decade plus. But I don't know. It is going to be interesting to keep an eye on.
The heyday of USA Wrestling is right now. We're beginning it, I think.
Yes, I don't think there's any doubt about that. But
let's just talk about it. Like basketball, the high school seniors going in and playing. I mean, it started with Darryl Dawkins back in the day.
Yeah,
that you physically, it's so odd for it to happen. Like LeBron James, yes, he did it. He played as an 18-year-old,
and was a freak.
He still is a freak. It's unbelievable what he's doing at his age. You may not like the man, but you have to respect and appreciate what he's done. But Kobe Bryant barely played as a rookie. It's like Kevin Garnett was one of those high school to the pros guys. I mean, it's just, I can never see it ever in football. I just.
Yeah.
But you also said you think you'd see it in wrestling.
Yeah, but football, there's even another component to it, which is like really understanding the game enough. And again, I know we've talked about like these there are high school kids now that certainly understand the game and the intricacies of it better than pros did back in maybe even the 70s.
Yep.
Like they just do. But it is still I mean, you were talking about the speed, but it's also like the thought process that is involved. Again, different high school to college for sure, and then college to pros. Like, even if there was the opportunity, and before anybody writes in, we know you're not allowed to. I'm saying even if you were allowed and permitted, and I think that's what you're saying. Like, again, you might have a guy once every 20 years, maybe.
Yep, and I'll
like
give you an
maybe
example.
at a receiver or like at a skill position.
It's got to be a receiver running back because everything else is too learned. You have to have too much. Wide receiver, even wide receiver, you got to. So I will go off of experience, and that is that Greg Fitzgerald is my best friend, strength coach, Penn State, Tennessee, all these different places. He's Boston College now, all these different places. He has South Carolina. I say South Carolina because that's the story. He said in his lifetime, in his career of 30 years of coaching as a strength coach in the NFL and in college, he said that he's only ever had one guy who he thinks that could have gone from who was pro-ready as a freshman in college, and that was Marcus Lattimore, the running back at South Carolina, who ended up never playing in the NFL anyway because he broke his leg in such a horrible fashion.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a guy that Fitz. And Fitz has coached a ton of guys. He said the only guy who would even have a chance would be Marcus Lattimore. And that's the only thing is that, like, receiver's a skill position, corner, there's a lot of stuff, a lot of different stuff that goes into that. Routes, hand, it's not just run, catch,
Right.
Corner, you got to run back, all this stuff, and you're never going to see that kind of speed. Running back probably is the only position you can get away with it at. maybe D tackle.
But it's just such a physical,
Oh,
the beating that you take as a running back. And when you were talking about the speed difference, I will say there's been a few times that I've been able to go down on the field for Penn State games, and you just can't really appreciate the degree of impact that occurs on those tackles when you're even just first or second row of the stands, as to when you're right up and you hear the it's just and then and again I've been fortunate enough to have the opportunity to be on the field, and it's that's a different level. And then I was able to be on the field one time for an NFL game, and that is another level exponential, where just a routine play that you're like, that was a good tackle. When you are on the field and you see and hear it right in front of you, you're like, oh,
the speed, man. Because you'll go on there in pregame, and guys are going about 44%. Run, catch, pass, offense on the defensive lineman. They'll take the first step. They're not going to hit. You're going to hit enough that afternoon. So you're watching it on practice, but then you see the real thing happen. And it is
physical punishment that a running back takes. I don't think you can do. I don't think you need the progression to get your body ready to be able to absorb the punishment that it is going to take over the course of an NFL season. I don't think there is a high school running back, no matter how good. I mean, Matt Suey was a man among boys going way back. I'll date myself, but both at State College and at Penn State, and obviously transitioned very well and was, Walter Payton's guy that led the way, but he had his fair share of carries and stuff too. But that was the guy that was always used as the example around here. It was always, man, that's a man among boys, even at a young age. But Matt Suey, as great as he was, and he was great, and he was, built. He was ready to go. Yeah. He needed the college transition years to get himself ready for what he was able to do in the NFL.
Sure.
I just don't think both physically and mentally, I don't think it is possible.
Maybe I should reiterate
to do it.
Maybe Fitz said physically the only person he think could do it would have been Marcus Lattimore.
And again,
but he's still, there's still a big question: can he do it?
Yeah.
A lot you learn a lot of different stuff. You learn how to set people up. You learn how to do this or that. You see, how a linebacker reacts when you take a step here or rotate or spin. And yes, it is amazing. So I truly think this is the heyday of USA Wrestling, and it will be for the next 10 to 15 years. What we saw in the NCAA finals, if that's going to be an annual thing, hell, maybe Vegas will start letting people gamble on it then, because if it's such a crapshoot going in. It's always been so, they could usually pick who's going to win, but these kids are just so dominant as freaking 17 and 18-year-old kids. My God.
Well, and some of the rivalries that are occurring and will continue and develop in college wrestling in particular, but also on the world team stage, is, I don't know if you're a wrestling fan, I don't know how you couldn't be excited about it, because I was actually just trying to check on kind of who might be available and who's thinking maybe about coming back on the wrestling front, and got into a message board, and it's fun, but it's like, Rabadu's never going to lose it again. And it's like, you're crazy. Duke's never going to lose again. And all of this stuff. And, I mean, none of us know for sure. Like, that's going to be the fun of it. But the passion that wrestling fans bring, and then, combined with the skill level of some of these individuals. And, again, some of these weight classes where, if they all stay in the same weight class throughout their careers, like Davino, Blaze, Forrest, I mean, are you kidding me? Like, again, it feels like we're producing 3 to 5 generational, what was once considered a generational talent. We're producing 3 to 5 a year, maybe more, that are coming out right now. And it's like, we talk about the Penn State roster. It's, there's only 10 starting spots. There's also only 10 national champions. And, it feels like if I start throwing names out, there's probably about 20 to 25 guys going into next season that if I just say the name, you'd be like, well, yeah, lock for a national title.
Wow.
Well, there's not going to be 20 to 25 national champions. There's going to be 10. So some of the guys that feel like they should be locks, and again, I just named 3, like Jax Forrest, normally you would say, well, he's going to win the title, and he may very well. Ben DeVito, so, well, no, that guy, I mean, he's just next level good. He's going to win a national title. Marcus Blaze, well, yeah, no, he and, and there's others in that weight class alone, probably 5 or 6 at least. So you're like, that guy's probably almost a lock to be at least a multi-time national champion. And it's like, well, no, that's going to be 2
now
at the
imagine
most
having
there.
to coach this.
So
and now you're sitting there coaching, like, okay, well, I mean, what do you think? I mean,
well, so I did get some clarity. I tell you what, let's take a break here. We're going to try to start adding. We're going to do 3 segments an hour here, but when we come back, I want to delve in a little bit more to the injunction. It is a mess because the NCAA is appealing it so that there is no certainty right now that you're going to be allowed. So even though the 2022 recruits who used up their eligibility last year are eligible, I'm not sure that there's going to be all that many of them that actually end up competing, and we'll delve into that a little bit on the other side of this timeout. You are listening to the Lion Country Kia Goon and Ironhead show here from Quaker Steak Lube.
You look a bit nervous, eh?
Thierry, what's it like to stand in the FIFA World Cup stadium?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Just tell me. Come on.
It's not something that you can put into words.
Such a tease.
You can't rush it. You will find out when it's your time.
Thanks for the wisdom, Coach. So, how much longer?
Now go and make history, my man. Here's the World Cup you've been waiting for.
Actually, the World Cup's been waiting for me.
That's the spirit. Just remember who drove you here.
Inspiring every step of the next legend. The official matchball carrier, proudly sponsored by Kia. Inspiration connects us all.
If you love wings, if you love rings, and all kinds of other tempting things, great times, great food, get to Quaker Steak Lube.
Get our Best Wings USA signature sauces, mouth-watering appetizers, or any of our delicious award-winning lube favorites.
Great times, great food, get to Quaker Steak Lube.
I'm the Modelo Recruiter, and I'm looking for fans with good hands and great speed. The ones who stay focused and never miss a play. They go the distance on game day, even when their team is away. I'm always watching, always looking to reward more full-time fans. Because football isn't really football without you.
Lusk & Associates Sotheby's International Realty proudly presents the introduction of our new State College office at 314 South Borough Street in State College. At Sotheby's International Realty, we advertise locally, nationally, and internationally, bringing the best of advertising and promotion to each and every one of our properties, big or small. Call now.
A lot has changed about State College. One thing that hasn't is W.C. Clark's Coffee Roasters on 234 East Calder Way. 30 different varieties of specialty coffee beans sourced from over 25 countries and roasted with love each morning in Happy Valley for over 45 years. They'll ship their fresh roasted coffee from their doorstep to yours. Order online at statecollegecoffee.com. That's statecollegecoffee.com.
Hi, welcome to Timberland Federal Credit Union, a financial cooperative for its members, tracing all the way back to 1973.
Experience Timberland Federal Credit Union, where you're greeted with a smile and financial solutions are tailored to your unique life journey. Here, we're not just financial professionals, we're your neighbors, people invested in your financial needs, literacy, and empowerment. Your dreams matter to us, whether they're about buying a home, growing a nest egg, or embarking on new adventures. TFCU draws from the past and invests in the future, offering modern tools like online banking to give you the freedom to manage your money practically anytime. Additionally, we're passionate about giving back both time and resources because enhancing our community is at the core of why we're here. Visit TFCU in person or online to learn more about our services and apply for a membership today.
WFXX, once again, the Fox, your sports radio.
Broadcasting live, loud and proud from Central PA's Sports Authority, WFXS America.
98.7, the Fox, State College.
And we are back on this Thursday afternoon, heading into what we hope will be a very good weekend. You're heading out of town, yeah?
Yeah, I got some. Go see my mother-in-law. We don't have much time before the football season, so then we're pretty much screwed. So
that is true.
I got a couple different things going this weekend. I got to go to Slater's 57th birthday.
Wow!
Out in Yinzerville, Saturday night. So there'll be a bunch of ex-guys there. We'll have a. Pretty sure my wife's already biting her fingernails because she knows how it gets, but. You know, Rick is obviously a great friend and a real.
He does like his milk and cookies. That'll be a nice, wholesome evening.
There you go. So, yeah, we'll be out there Saturday night in Yinzerville, but then we'll be back for the show next week. I'm home both shows next week, and then I got to go to. We're going out to Cleveland next weekend. Catch a Guardians game.
The mighty, mighty Guardians.
The mighty, mighty Guardians versus your San Diego Padres.
Ah.
And then you got next Saturday, right?
As well.
Are we still taking any applications for the tournament?
Yeah, Jana Marie Foundation will be holding the first ever night golf tournament.
Not just Jana's first night golf tournament. Penn State?
Correct. Penn State Golf Courses will be hosting their first night golf tournament. This will be on Saturday, August 15th. It benefits my wife's foundation, the Jana Marie Foundation, and should be a great time. They are providing the glow balls, and they'll have the course fairways will be lined with glow in the dark glow sticks and the flagpole and all of that. There will be a great concert ahead of time. And Karen Dixon, national recording artist who's from Center County, will be performing as the highlight of the pre-golf tournament concert. So you can come out. There's going to be all kinds of games and activities for kids during that part, too. The concert will start at about 5:30. Can probably come out a little before that. They'll have mini golf course set up, and anybody, but especially kiddos, can participate and have some fun with that. There'll be games and activities and the concert again leading up to the night golf tournament. They'll play the first 9 holes of the blue course. Now, no golf carts out there, so it'll be, bring your own bag. You can have the roll carts, but it'll be a fun event. There's a lot of learning curve with the event this year, but if you're interested in golfing, there's still some openings available for teams. There is still some sponsorship opportunities as well if you're interested in supporting the event. And if you just want to come out and enjoy the concert, there's donations accepted there, but you can obviously stay for as little or as long of the evening as you would like. You can come on out, check out some great music. There's going to be all kinds of food and beverages available as well. If you do want to sign up as a team, you'll get it's $600 for a foursome. There is with that, there's food and drink that's included, a couple of drink tickets and a meal voucher, and then obviously you get a gift bag for coming out. So should be a whole lot of fun.
Fun and games, 50-50s, auction stuff, right?
That'll be,
Door
Saturday,
prizes.
August 15th at the Penn State. It'll be at the blue course, Penn State golf courses, and first annual, so there may be some bumps, trying to anticipate some things, but looking forward to it. Should be a lot of fun. So, yeah, if you have the opportunity and you're able to help out in any way, can still use a few more volunteers to help out with everything involved.
I'm upset I'm going to miss it. I want to see it.
Yeah, the tournament itself, I think, will be pretty spectacular. I think it'll grow as the years go on again, kind of getting our feet wet with this and figuring some things out as we go along. But a lot of people helping out behind the scenes, and should be a lot of fun. And again, that'll be the Glow tournament.
Yeah, buddy.
It is the Jana Marie Foundation. Go to janmariefoundation.org and click on events, and there's all kinds. There's a page there that goes through all of the different ways that you can help out. And again, if nothing else, just show up on August 15th out at the Penn State golf courses anytime, probably after 5 o'clock, really. You could come out and check out all that is going on. Should be a whole lot of fun, and it's I think it's going to quickly become one of the big-time marquee events here in August in central Pennsylvania.
Have you ever seen anything like it?
I've
seen
not.
a long drive competition with the.
That's
Okay.
the second mile golf tournament had.
That was really
some
cool.
fun. Gelsizer and Jerry Fisher were
Jesus.
They would go at it.
Fish cheated every year. You know how he cheated?
It was getting people to hand Brian Gelsizer some beers.
Absolutely.
Yeah, every year it worked every time.
Every time.
Yeah,
Gelsizer
would
be crushing the ball.
Yeah, he would hit it the furthest, but they were not in bounds.
And then they said, okay, we're going to go back in an hour for the next round. And then we'll be back in an hour later after that. And they had to go find Gelsizer, scrape him up, and then put a club in his hand and say, go ahead, hit the ball.
Those were good times.
He hit the ball minus 312 yards one time because he just turned around and hit the wrong way.
Yep.
No, but it was very cool to watch that.
It was. Those were fun.
As I've told you for the last 6 weeks now, I'm upset I'm going to miss it. But doing what we can to get the sponsorships out there and players.
Yep. Again, JannaMarieFoundation.org if you have questions or you want to get more information on the tournament.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that. And while we're promoting my wife's foundation, there's also a fun event coming up tomorrow night. This will be at the Alliance Church on West Whitehall Road. It is the Hobby Horse Derby. And they have adults are welcome to do it too. We've had, I think somebody lost a fantasy football bet or fantasy football league is what I think happened last year. But we had a dad out there, a dad-aged male.
Nice.
And he came out and had to do the course with. You can provide your own hobby horse. We have some kids that are really good, have some really neat hobby horses. But you can also just come out and make your own. They have pool noodles and all kinds of neat things you can do to design your horse. You get to name your horse, which is, I think, part of the creative fun of the whole thing. And there's different elements to it. There's a couple of courses where, it's just timed. Hey, for fastest jockey through wins. But there's also some other events where we're scoring on artistic points and creativity with different elements of it. This will be the third annual, and it is just an absolute blast. Even if you have no kids and you're just looking for some fun family entertainment tomorrow night, that I think also gets underway at 5:30. Stop on out, probably 5:30 to 7:30-ish. Will be that event, but it is just a lot of fun. I get to MC it, and we have and call the races, and we have a lot of fun with that. We have some horse music that I provide, horse themed songs. It's a blast, and another fundraising event for the Jana Marie Foundation. So if you're looking for something to do tomorrow night.
The fantasy. I mean, I would love to see that too, but the fantasy aspect of it.
Yeah.
So
we didn't know what was going on. We thought he was just
dude. I love those fantasy shaming things.
Of a daughter that was there, and then he kind of ran the course and then snuck out. It's like, oh, you know what? I think we know what happened there. And
That's awesome.
I still don't know it for sure. But there were a couple of guys that were sitting there filming it and laughing. I'm like, I would bet pretty good money that that's what that was about.
But you better not bet it. But I would love to be part of a fantasy like that. Have something like that. You're not allowed.
No part of it.
As your partner, I would say, Jeff, that's not good for business.
not good at all.
So the best I have seen, I've seen a couple of them because I find them and I see them and I share them with my buddies, but. The one guy had to enter a wrestling tournament. These are grown men entering wrestling tournaments.
Yeah.
One guy had to enter a bodybuilding competition. And one I saw yesterday, which is diabolic and a little weird, but also rather funny, is the guy has to go to a sperm bank, donate sperm, and then is with specific instructions that the child finds out in 18 years who the father was.
Oh, boy.
That's messing a little bit too deep right there.
That's
hardcore as hell right there. That's a pretty deep league right there, and that's some crazy stuff right there. But I do like that shaming stuff.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got waylaid a little bit. That's what we want to do with our show. If you're new to the show, but when we come back, I do want to delve into this where we're at with the. Eligibility in the 5-5, and with the players that thought last year was their last year of eligibility, and with the court injunction,
they need to make decisions
soon. Have another opportunity here to compete for one more year. But we will delve a little more into that for real on the other side of this break.
You look a bit nervous, hey?
Thierry, what's it like to stand in the FIFA World Cup stadium?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Just tell me. Come on.
It's not something that you can put into words.
Such a tease.
You can't rush it. You will find out when it's your time.
Thanks for the wisdom, coach. So, how much longer?
Now go and make history, my man. Here's the World Cup you've been waiting for.
Actually, the World Cup's been waiting for me.
That's the spirit. Just remember who drove you here.
Inspiring every step of the next legend. The official matchball carrier, proudly sponsored by Kia. Inspiration connects us all.
If you love wings, if you love rings, and all kinds of other tempting things, great times, great food, get to Quaker Steak Lube.
Get our Best Wings USA signature sauces, mouth-watering appetizers, or any of our delicious award-winning lube favorites.
Great times, great food, get to Quaker Steak Lube.
I'm the Modelo Recruiter, and I'm looking for fans with good hands and great speed. The ones who stay focused and never miss a play. They go the distance on game day, even when their team is away. I'm always watching, always looking to reward more full-time fans. Because football isn't really football without you.
Lusk & Associates Sotheby's International Realty proudly presents the introduction of our new State College office at 314 South Borough Street in State College. At Sotheby's International Realty, we advertise locally, nationally, and internationally, bringing the best of advertising and promotion to each and every one of our properties, big or small. Call now.
A lot has changed about State College. One thing that hasn't is W.C. Clark's Coffee Roasters on 234 East Calder Way. 30 different varieties of specialty coffee beans sourced from over 25 countries and roasted with love each morning in Happy Valley for over 45 years. They'll ship their fresh roasted coffee from their doorstep to yours. Order online at statecollegecoffee.com. That's statecollegecoffee.com.
Hi, welcome to Timberland Federal Credit Union, a financial cooperative for its members, tracing all the way back to 1973.
Experience Timberland Federal Credit Union, where you're greeted with a smile and financial solutions are tailored to your unique life journey. Here, we're not just financial professionals, we're your neighbors, people invested in your financial needs, literacy, and empowerment. Your dreams matter to us, whether they're about buying a home, growing a nest egg, or embarking on new adventures. TFCU draws from the past and invests in the future, offering modern tools like online banking to give you the freedom to manage your money practically anytime. Additionally, we're passionate about giving back both time and resources because enhancing our community is at the core of why we're here. Visit TFCU in person or online to learn more about our services and apply for a membership today.
WFXX, the Fox, your sports radio.
Broadcasting live, loud and proud from Central PA's Sports Authority, WFXS America.
98.7, the Fox State College.
I'm back here on a Thursday afternoon. Again, there was a court injunction issued last week that is allowing athletes. Let's back up. The NCAA has enacted the 5-and-5 rule. So I think most in our audience know that. But what that means is moving forward, athletes have 5 years. There's age restrictions in here as well on when the clock can start and must finish. Very few exemptions, but there are a few in there. Military service, church missions, that sort of thing, you can defer the age a little bit. But 5 years of eligibility over the course of 5 years. So it basically does away with red shirts of any kind. The Olympic red shirting, the red shirting just for red shirting's sake, the medical red shirting, so that if you're hurt for 3 seasons,
too bad.
It's a bummer.
Yep.
Big time bummer, but that's...
I like it.
I'm
on record as saying I actually like it.
So, no matter when you enacted this, right, it's going to be, all right, well, is that fair to the people that didn't get that opportunity? So, what the court injunction does is for the athletes that left school or ran out of eligibility, at least, last season in the 2025-2026 academic year, if you used up your eligibility over 4 years, so basically did not redshirt, then you do have the opportunity to compete for 1 more year. We were talking on Tuesday, so there are a lot of parameters on this. One is that the only school you could compete for is the school that you were with last season.
Okay.
There is no opportunity to transfer to another school. That is not available.
I had a scenario for you today. Damn it.
It is available only to athletes, the school is not required to accept the athlete. So the athlete can say, hey, I want to take advantage of this, I'm coming back, and the school can say, sorry, we already have our slots filled. There is no exception to the roster limits, and that's why I think, Goon, again, it is like in wrestling, a Jesse Mendez or a Levi Haynes, right? You can see Ohio State or Penn State going to one of the wrestlers on their roster and saying, hey, we will make this right, but we need you to take a year off from being on the team. Now, with the things that are available now with the regional training center, like they could still be training with the team. Not with the team. Could still be training in the sport, and could still be around it, but just not enrolled. Well, at least not have classes paid for this,
if they're maxed on scholarship,
upcoming.
Though, right?
What's that?
Are we maxed on scholarships? Is that why you're asking somebody to
the
step
roster
off the
limits? You're only allowed 30 spots, like in wrestling.
Okay, so the roster limit's 30, 30 and the scholarships, but you don't have to fill them all with scholarships. So what you're saying is that Joe Schmo, they might say to him, "Hey, back off. You're not on the team for another year because we're going to bring in
potentially."
Yeah.
Now, where that gets tricky, right, is all right, well, then you're losing a year of eligibility now with the 5 and 5.
Yeah.
Like it's not, there was a time where it's, all right, well, we're redshirted this year, bring Levi back. Well, that's not an option this year. And I think most teams, right, are pretty well set with their rosters for the upcoming season.
Wrestling.
No.
Football,
lacrosse,
everybody,
baseball, all of the sports. So
they got to go to school.
I think it's going to be very much the exception where there will be people able to take advantage of this, where, one, the school says, yep, we either have the availability or will make the availability for you to come back on the roster. The other part of it is the kid, first of all, there aren't that many kids that over the last 4 years didn't redshirt and just competed in their sport 4 years through. I mean, that's, I won't say it's rare, but it's not the norm these days. So I don't think it's that many guys and women number one, that have this available. You would need the school again or the team to say, yep, we have a spot available and we'd love to have you back. And as we were talking about on Tuesday, there are, I would think, a very sizable portion of those athletes. Oh, and just back up. You cannot have pursued a professional contract.
Okay.
So if you signed with an agent for a pro sports league, if you were drafted, if all of those things, you're also not.
I'm going to tell you.
So Drew Aller can't go to the Steelers.
I think 100% of football players are out then.
I'm coming back.
I think 100% of the football players would be gone. Because if they thought they were done, they definitely signed with an agent, and the agent's job was to get them into a camp.
Unless you knew you weren't NFL caliber.
Everybody gives it a shot, I think. Like my younger brother had no shot in the NFL, but he still trained 6 months for it, did the combine, all of that stuff. But he had an agent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's.
Yeah, there's not going to be a lot of
you're not going to have any. Because I was thinking Pavia from Vanderbilt. Right? That's his name, the quarterback? But obviously he was a.
But I think
also,
again, a lot of the guys, even if you're not pursuing the professional level of your sport, very likely you have by now, by the time the injunction was handed down last week, started with your professional career in whatever it is. Like, there's not going to be that many kids. And like a Levi Haynes is one of the few, I think that it makes more sense because what he is pursuing is the Olympics, world team, and still training at Penn State. And so it would be adding some.
You'd have to get rid of two guys.
Load.
You'd have to upset two guys on the team. One guy would be the guy who's wrestling 174 right now, which would be.
Well, we don't know.
Well, okay, so then they're not going to ask the whoever is the 174, hey, take the year off. They're going to ask the 30th ranked guy in the room, I think. So you're going to have a guy who waited his turn at 174, and then you're going to have the 30th ranked guy.
Correct.
That's a lot, man.
Or if not the 30th, necessarily a guy that you think,
I got you.
Yeah, is going to be okay with this on all of the different levels.
I wonder if, like, injuries go into play. Like that's weird.
Yeah, that. So, anyways, at the end of the day, I don't think it's going to be. I think there is going to be some big news with some teams and some individuals. Like I do think where it is going to come into play, I think it is going to be significant. But I don't know that there's going to be that many situations where you have all of the things that you need to have come together, and it's like, yep, this guy or this girl is back for another season. Like I don't think that's going to be.
I just thought in my head, I said, "Oh, more professionally, maybe these guys have already done commercials and they can't. They've taken money for a business and they can't." And I was like, "Whoa! That's 2000 speaking.
Yeah,
that's 2000's talk. That's 2010s there, Goon. Come on now."
Yeah. So
that's.
Now, again, the 5-and-5 stuff, as we've talked about, it is it is going to shake some things up. Across the board in college sports for competition for starting positions. Again, it was not uncommon previously for a team to bring in. Like the hot shot field hockey goalie. All right, we got the top goaltender in the country coming in, but we have a pretty good one now, and she's the senior leader.
Yeah.
You redshirt the incoming hot shot. Look at the example of this wonderful leader, and then you go on and you have your 4 glorious years as the starter following. Well, now, right, all of a sudden it's like, well, the hot shot coming in, are they actually better, or as the season progresses, can they get better than the veteran who, again, was solid, really good leader, but not the skill set maybe that the incoming freshman. So now you have some tough choices as a coach, and to some degree, maybe you say, well, that was always the case. Different when you have that red shirt available. Like, a kid can say, yeah, I think I'm actually better than that, but I'm going to have all 4 years of my eligibility, and I'll probably be better next year, right? I'm in the program for a year. I know what coach wants a little more. I know how my teammates work, all of those things. It's like, yeah, it makes sense. Well, now, if you're the hot shot coming in, it's like, all right, I have 5 years to play 5 years, and I think I'm better than this. Well, now you're not as willing to, but let me take a back seat. I think in a lot of cases, anyway, to the senior. Now, part of it depends, how clear-cut is the talent differential, how, are you still getting some playing time? All of the things that come into play. But it is going to be, it's going to be interesting to watch both how coaches handle it and manage some of these situations, and then also how the players react to these given situations in terms of either hitting the transfer portal or, hey, you know what, I want to start 5 years, but 4 years at an Ohio State or a Penn State or a Texas, that's pretty significant. I'm okay with, spending a year learning a little more, maybe getting some spot opportunities. I don't know. I think it's going to be really, really fascinating to see how it plays
I don't
out.
think it affects football at all.
No?
No. I just don't see a scenario where there's a guy who's not signed with an agent who was worth their salt to come back.
No, but I'm talking about the 5 and 5, though. No.
I think that this new injunction, if this went through, the 5 for 5, yes, and I sort of agree with it. I mean, because of what has been going on with, like, me and you 3 weeks ago, we were talking about how hard it was to get a medical red shirt 30 years ago, 25 years ago, 20 years ago, 15 years ago. That was 10, 15 guys, the whole country got one. Now it's just like, yep, you got one, you got one, you got one, you got one. It was just, now it's just cut and dry. 5 out, done. It'll affect the team, and it affects a little bit of the recruiting because now you're on a 6-year plan now. It's a little odd. But back to the injunction, which, guys got to get ready to go to school because they're starting other sports. I mean, I could see where this would affect like a lacrosse program. Like, because guys, they may be not pursuing a professional. I don't see it really.
The winter or spring sports you would think would have at least a better opportunity because there's a little time to all right, let's see if we can figure this out type of situation. Whereas, the fall sports, I mean, a lot of them are, you're giving less than a week's notice till the practices start for these athletes to, I might have another year of eligibility.
Don't you got to get me accepted into grad school too? Because I mean, if they're already
there's
you got to take your
component too.
What are they? I was going to say CPAPs, but
and again, the rosters certainly for the fall sports, you would think are overwhelmingly set.
But that
there might be some exceptions.
Wrestling, it'll involve wrestling because you guys wrestle in October, November. They got to be in school, it's.
Yeah, but you could have somebody enroll in January and be available for the postseason in theory. But yes, I think, again, I don't think that the injunction part is going to have I think it's going to be significant where it is applied. I just don't think it's going to be applied.
Interesting.
Very often. I do think the 5-5 is how that plays out here over the course of this upcoming year in particular, and certainly then the next few years. But I think, like anything, you kind of, all right, well, now you adjust and you just know this is what it is, and everybody is. This first year, I think especially the coaches just trying to come to terms with, all right, our plans, because even though this was a possibility, you have to think most coaches, most programs had some sort of a plan of, all right, as they've always had, that we're going to bring in, again, this hotshot recruit that we know is going to be great and redshirt them, and then look for the impact in the coming years. And now it's like, well, if they're ready to go, you got to get them out there. All right, take a break here. Be back with much more. It is the Line Country Kia Goon and Ironhead show here from Quaker Steak Lube.
You look a bit nervous, eh?
Thierry, what's it like to stand in the FIFA World Cup stadium?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Just tell me. Come on.
It's not something that you can put into words.
Such a tease.
You can't rush it. You will find out when it's your time.
Thanks for the wisdom, coach. So, how much longer?
Now go and make history, my man. Here's the World Cup you've been waiting for.
Actually, the World Cup's been waiting for me.
That's the spirit. Just remember who drove you here.
Inspiring every step of the next legend. The official matchball carrier, proudly sponsored by Kia. Inspiration connects us all.
If you love wings, if you love rings, and all kinds of other tempting things, great times, great food, get to Quaker Steak Lube.
Get our Best Wings USA signature sauces, mouth-watering appetizers, or any of our delicious award-winning lube favorites.
Great times, great food, get to Quaker Steak Lube.
I'm the Modelo Recruiter, and I'm looking for fans with good hands and great speed. The ones who stay focused and never miss a play. They go the distance on game day, even when their team is away. I'm always watching, always looking to reward more full-time fans. Because football isn't really football without you.
Lusk & Associates Sotheby's International Realty proudly presents the introduction of our new State College office at 314 South Borough Street in State College. At Sotheby's International Realty, we advertise locally, nationally, and internationally, bringing the best of advertising and promotion to each and every one of our properties, big or small. Call now.
A lot has changed about State College. One thing that hasn't is W.C. Clark's Coffee Roasters on 234 East Calder Way. 30 different varieties of specialty coffee beans sourced from over 25 countries and roasted with love each morning in Happy Valley for over 45 years. They'll ship their fresh roasted coffee from their doorstep to yours. Order online at statecollegecoffee.com. That's statecollegecoffee.com.
Hi, welcome to Timberland Federal Credit Union, a financial cooperative for its members, tracing all the way back to 1973.
Experience Timberland Federal Credit Union, where you're greeted with a smile and financial solutions are tailored to your unique life journey. Here, we're not just financial professionals, we're your neighbors, people invested in your financial needs, literacy, and empowerment. Your dreams matter to us, whether they're about buying a home, growing a nest egg, or embarking on new adventures. TFCU draws from the past and invests in the future, offering modern tools like online banking to give you the freedom to manage your money practically anytime. Additionally, we're passionate about giving back both time and resources because enhancing our community is at the core of why we're here. Visit TFCU in person or online to learn more about our services and apply for a membership today.
WFXX, once again, the Fox, your sports radio.
Broadcasting live, loud and proud from Central PA's Sports Authority, WFXS America.
98.7, the Fox, Steve College.
It is the Lion Country Kia Goon and Ironhead show here at Quaker Steak and Lube on this Thursday afternoon as we head into what should be a pretty fun weekend. Be nice if the Pirates can salvage a split in this series with the Brewers, currently down 2-1. Derek Lau did hit a home run here in the top of the fourth to get the Buccos back to within one at Milwaukee, but
what's up with your boy,
just
man?
kind of feel like the Pirates are hanging on. I don't know. Something obviously, I don't know if it's an injury per se, but it feels like something physically is just off. Again, I'm not enough of an expert to know if there's a mechanical problem or if there is some sort of an injury. But I mean, when you look at the drop off in velocity from last season to this and the consistency with which he was pitching last year compared to this year, I mean, something obviously is off. Exactly what that is obviously the great mystery in Pittsburgh.
Obviously, from what you just said, you saw that stat the other day of balls that were over 98 miles an hour, and he hasn't thrown one, hasn't had zero this year so far over 98. That's insane.
Not zero for the season, but it's dramatically down.
It's alarmingly down.
Yes.
And they can't find anything physically wrong with him, I don't think, but mechanically, is it mentally, is it mechanics? I mean, I've said in the past, I see this guy with his warm-up routine, and I'm like, how are you doing that?
Yeah.
All day, all night, every day. It's like you're going to wear out. And like I often say that about golfers. I mean, how many these guys take 2,000 swings a day? How it's insane how physical they are in golf. And me and you go out and hit 150 strokes on 18 holes, literally.
Yep. That's about right.
And the next day you're like, oh my God! It's just muscle reaction and stuff like that. But geez, man, they're animals, man. But I mean, I'm watching him do his warm-ups. He throws a football around. He has the big heavy bag on his back, and he's working on his torso and this and that. Like, holy heck. It's all, I mean, they said it 2 years ago. Is this too much? And maybe it has been. I don't know. I don't remember somebody with that much losing in so fast. I mean, to the point where he was elected All-Star this year just on his name alone. I get it, but it's been that close since. It's crazy. Oh, man.
Yeah.
And it stinks because, the Phillies might get him cheap then.
Oh,
I think he just tied it up. He got him.
Big run across for the Buccos. It's a 2-2 game in Milwaukee.
Place is going nuts right now. Place.
Well, it's in Milwaukee.
No, I mean the lube.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm with you a little bit in saying it is the hang-on stuff right now. It's just like they're hanging on by a thread, and like one thing goes wrong, and then they go on like a 12-game losing streak. That's what it seems.
Yeah, I mean, they're still in it, and could go the other way and get on a hot streak, and all of a sudden they're right back in the thick of it. But, man, it just feels like this thing is starting to slip away. This thing being in playoff contention here in the National League for the beloved Pirates. Lots of news around the Steelers. They released their initial depth chart. Not surprisingly, Drew Aller is fourth on the depth chart at quarterback right now. It's, to me, a pretty meaningless depth chart at this point of the preseason. It's just to get get something out there and I guess give people something to talk about. I think we're going to see over the course of the next couple of weeks just kind of where things are at the moment. It is still a fascinating situation that the Steelers have themselves in with the 4 quarterbacks, because it feels like Mason Rudolph is the one known quantity, and he's not a full-time NFL starter, but you also know that he can get you through a month or so of the season without things falling apart, and hold the ship steady. What you don't know, at least as fans, maybe they have a feel internally, is could you say the same about either Will Howard or Drew Aller if they were the guy that went in if Aaron Rodgers goes down for a period of time? And again, where the arm talent is not questioned with Drew Aller. It never really has been. I don't think it was on display enough at Penn State for whatever reason. But arm talent alone is not going to get it done in the NFL, and we're just going to have to kind of see how this develops. I still love really all 4 quarterbacks. I mean, Rodgers, you need to see if he can get it done one more year, but obviously they're bringing him back with the idea that he can, and that and hoping that he will have that spectacular ending to his professional career. But I think it's tough to think that they would give up this quickly on either Will Howard in his second year after not, an injury-plagued first year where you never really got to see, all right, what do we have here? And Drew Aller with the arm talent that we just talked about. Now, again, maybe if Howard and Aller both come out and they both look really good in each of these preseason games, and you're like, I don't really see any flaws with either's game. All right, then maybe you say, all right, time to move on from Mason Rudolph.
Oh, that's good trade bait. He'd be great. Maybe anybody would pay for a good, strong backup.
And he is. He is that.
He is.
But I can't really think that the Steelers are going to keep 4 quarterbacks.
No.
But I also can't really think that they will get rid of either Drew Aller or Will Howard with the unless one of them just goes out and tanks. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think they're, my expectation is they're both going to look pretty good most of the time, and both have some plays where you're like, looks like a guy that is getting acclimated to the NFL and hasn't figured some things out is what I'm expecting to see. And if that is the case, again, it's just it's a weird position the Steelers have themselves in, because I do think all 4 quarterbacks serve a purpose, and I do think both Aller and Howard, at this point, it feels like one of them could be the future of the franchise, the guy that you need. And you just don't want to be the team that is like, all right, Aller, you're out of here, and then Aller goes on and has a Hall of Fame career with the, whoever, Carolina Panthers or whoever it is. And same thing if you get rid of Will Howard and Will Howard, and maybe internally they have a better feel.
My feel is that they'll have a better reading on Howard because he went through camp last year. How far did he get before he got hurt? Was it pretty quick? Okay, so then I'll take back what I'm saying. But I was going to say that they have another year to say how much he has improved mentally and what's he seeing on the field.
Game situations are also different, and I think I don't know.
I'll tell you what, they can't put him on the practice squad. neither one can be on the practice squad.
We'll see how it plays out.
Because the practice squad makes them eligible to go on any team. So you may as well trade them if you put them on a practice squad. So they're going. I just think if one of them steps up, that Mason Rudolph will go. They'll get some value for him. They might get a draft pick for him and this and that. But I feel as if they at all feel comfortable with either one of those guys as the backup, I think Rudolph will be gone, and they can trade him for a little token for the next draft, or maybe get another backup player. Who knows? But there's a lot of options. Now, if both of them prove that they're not going to be ready this year, but as the backup, then what are they doing? How are they doing it? They got to keep all four. You can ineligible. One guy can be the third quarterback, but then the other guy's ineligible. That's fine. But you got the 53-man roster. You're going to have 4 quarterbacks on. So now you're going for positions. Another position will suffer for having 4 quarterbacks. But so is 6 weeks of camp enough of a breakdown to see what Will Howard and Drew Aller, are they good enough to be the second team, or are they good enough to be kept as? Are they good enough to? We're going to keep 4 this year. That's a lot of quarterbacks.
It is a whole lot of.
I think if McCarthy has anything he could do, it's quarterbacks. So I think that it's not a bad guy to have coaching you right now.
Yeah, and I think he does have the eye for talent, and I think he'll be able to. I think by the end of preseason, whether he tells the world about it, I think he'll feel like, all right, I know this guy's career backup, this guy's not going to be around long, or, hey, we got a couple of guys here that could be stars in the making, and, that's best case scenario, what you're hoping for as a Steelers fan. And then...
Well, it's 7-on-7 so far. That's all it's been is 7-on-7.
Yeah, so. Again, people are getting carried away, as we can only go on what we're seeing, and I'd love to tell you, we've seen enough. Drew Aller's going to be an NFL star. I think we've seen enough to still make you scratch your head as to why he wasn't able to put up bigger numbers at Penn State. And again, I think I'm not sitting here telling you it was James Franklin. I kept my guess is Franklin is partly to blame. The different offensive coordinators partly to blame. Lack of receiving talent partly to blame.
Coaching.
And my guess is Drew Aller's partly to blame. That there was some things there that he just
coaching, offensive line, receivers, the moment. What affected him?
And again, my guess is there may be 1 or 2 things that affected him more, but I'm guessing all of those things played into it. And I do think he is in as good of a situation as he could possibly be in to give himself a chance for success in the NFL, at least through this first year.
He's the talk of camp.
Setting up the opportunity for success down the road.
Is he not? Has he not been the talk of camp?
He is certainly one of the guys that is getting, a ton of attention.
We had a pre-show visitor over here, and from South Carolina, a young man. He was great. He first thing he mentioned was Drew Aller.
Yeah.
It wasn't Aaron Rodgers. It wasn't Mike McCarthy. It was Drew Aller. That's pretty awesome, man.
Yep. Fired up about the possibility.
Yes, sir.
But what was it Paterno say? Your potential is going to get me fired.
Your kid's potential is going to get me fired.
We will take
This kid's got potential. His kid's got potential.
Break there and be back with much more. It is the Lion Country Kia Goon and Ironhead show.
You look a bit nervous, eh?
Thierry, what's it like to stand in the FIFA World Cup stadium?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Just tell me. Come on.
It's not something that you can put into words.
Such a tease.
You can't rush it. You will find out when it's your time.
Thanks for the wisdom, Coach. So, how much longer?
Now go and make history, my man. Here's the World Cup you've been waiting for.
Actually, the World Cup's been waiting for me.
That's the spirit. Just remember who drove you here.
Inspiring every step of the next legend. The official matchball carrier, proudly sponsored by Kia. Inspiration connects us all.
If you love wings, if you love rings, and all kinds of other tempting things, great times, great food, get to Quaker Steak Lube.
Get our Best Wings USA signature sauces, mouth-watering appetizers, or any of our delicious award-winning lube favorites.
Great times, great food, get to Quaker Steak Lube.
I'm the Modelo Recruiter, and I'm looking for fans with good hands and great speed. The ones who stay focused and never miss a play. They go the distance on game day, even when their team is away. I'm always watching, always looking to reward more full-time fans. Because football isn't really football without you.
Lusk & Associates Sotheby's International Realty proudly presents the introduction of our new State College office at 314 South Borough Street in State College. At Sotheby's International Realty, we advertise locally, nationally, and internationally, bringing the best of advertising and promotion to each and every one of our properties, big or small. Call now.
A lot has changed about State College. One thing that hasn't is W.C. Clark's Coffee Roasters on 234 East Calder Way. 30 different varieties of specialty coffee beans sourced from over 25 countries and roasted with love each morning in Happy Valley for over 45 years. They'll ship their fresh roasted coffee from their doorstep to yours. Order online at statecollegecoffee.com. That's statecollegecoffee.com.
Hi, welcome to Timberland Federal Credit Union, a financial cooperative for its members, tracing all the way back to 1973.
Experience Timberland Federal Credit Union, where you're greeted with a smile and financial solutions are tailored to your unique life journey. Here, we're not just financial professionals, we're your neighbors, people invested in your financial needs, literacy, and empowerment. Your dreams matter to us, whether they're about buying a home, growing a nest egg, or embarking on new adventures. TFCU draws from the past and invests in the future, offering modern tools like online banking to give you the freedom to manage your money practically anytime. Additionally, we're passionate about giving back both time and resources because enhancing our community is at the core of why we're here. Visit TFCU in person or online to learn more about our services and apply for a membership today.
WFXX, once again, the Fox, your sports radio.
Broadcasting live, loud and proud from Central PA's Sports Authority, WFXS America.
98.7, the Fox State College.
So we have not talked this week. This is the Lion Country Kia Goon and Ironhead show, and coming to you from Quaker Steak and Lube. Great place to come on down and watch all of your favorite sports teams as they compete on the many TVs located throughout the establishment. Great food, great beverages, and outstanding service here at Quaker Steak and Lube. Have not talked about the preseason coaches poll, which came out earlier this week. And if you go by the poll, the Big Ten will continue its run of championships. The preseason ranking has Ohio State number 1 and Oregon number 2. Georgia is 3, Texas 4, Notre Dame 5, Indiana is sitting there at number 6.
Unbelievable.
Miami 7.
Unbelievable.
Texas A&M 8. Oklahoma 9. Ole Miss.
All before Alabama, right?
Is number 10. Yes.
Holy crap.
Then we have Alabama at 11. Texas Tech 12. LSU 13. USC 14. BYU 15. And then Michigan 16 and Penn State 17 going into the season. Rounding out the top 20, it's Tennessee, Washington, and SMU respectively. And then the final 5 in the top 25, Utah, Iowa, Clemson, Houston, and Missouri respectively. So, I mean, we've been talking about going into the season. I do think most are expecting that it is Ohio State and Oregon at the top of the conference. Indiana, kind of solid 3 going into the season in the conference. And then, to me, that's where it gets pretty wide open. A USC, again, a lot of folks are really high. The top-rated recruiting class coming in, this year's class, and a lot of very good players returning from what turned out to be a good team last season. So USC, if you just project the coaches' polls into just the conference, would be looked at as the 4th ranked team in the Big Ten, and then Michigan 5th, and Penn State 6th, Washington 7th, and Iowa 8th. And I think going into the year, that feels about right. As always, the thing that is difficult to project as Gary Sanchez homers and the Brewers take the lead back from the Pirates. It's now 3-2 Milwaukee. What happens is how teams look obviously affects the rankings early on, but also the schedule comes into play. And I think in retrospect probably made too big of a deal about this last year because I didn't know that, that team was even capable of losing back-to-back games to UCLA and Northwestern going into the season. That seemed preposterous. It seemed preposterous even after they lost to UCLA that they would turn around and still lose at home then to Northwestern, right? Like we talked that whole week. And so, well, I mean, if that somehow happened, that would be, then we're in a whole nother level. Well, yeah, we were a whole nother level of trouble. But going into the season, again, those rankings feel about right in terms of in the Big Ten. But the schedules do very much come into play. And I think that the fact that Penn State, again, Ohio State, Oregon, Indiana, they're your top 3 teams in the conference.
That's right.
Going into the season, Penn State plays 0 of those top 3 teams. Well, that's a pretty good recipe for success. And the next highest ranked Big Ten team, USC, has to come to Happy Valley. Hopefully, we're thinking it'll be a night game and the whiteout atmosphere. And if that is the case, right, that's a pretty tall order. Now, we saw Oregon do it last year, so we know it's possible. But it's a pretty tall order to come across the country and face that atmosphere and walk out of that stadium with a W. Again, certainly possible. Not saying USC has no chance. I was at that Oregon game. I get it. I saw it firsthand. I know. But you like their chances. And certainly if you're setting up, like if Penn State was asked, hey, you set your schedule. You just do what you want to do with the, well, all right, let's not face any of the top 3 teams, and let's have our biggest game of the remaining contenders be our whiteout game. Okay. I mean, you literally could not have drawn this up any better if you were Penn State,
Yes.
completely in charge of the Big Ten schedule.
2 years ago, Signetti's first year.
Yep.
They didn't play Ohio State, Michigan, or Penn State.
Correct.
Very similar circumstances that we are ducking the top
of the
three
conference.
teams,
Yep.
and then the next three teams we got are Michigan, USC, and Washington.
Yeah. And, and Michigan and Washington are on the road.
Absolutely.
Michigan, again,
Yep.
ranked one spot ahead of Penn State going into the year for whatever it's worth, and Washington ranked 2 spots behind the Nittany
It will not stay
Lions.
like that with Michigan's schedule.
So, no. But so you kind of figure, though, basically toss-up games, and because they're both on the road, you say, all right, Penn State slight underdog in both of those
I'm
games.
telling you, Jeff, I got a weird damn feeling that it's going to be 10-2, and we're going to get locked out. Unless some stuff happens. The non-marquee win will be there. Or won't be there for them to be hammering on. Where to the point where do you think that 9-3 team might jump a 10-2? It's just, it's in my head because there is no marquee game wins and stuff.
Here's the thing. I think it is. I would agree it is possible.
Yeah.
Certainly with the schedule Penn State has, it is possible. I do think it is unlikely for this reason, and that is that after maybe the top 4 teams, and maybe even with some of the top 4 teams, you're right. There won't be the marquee win. If it were to play out that way, that they beat USC, let's say it's a really close game, whiteout, yes, everybody's going to be like, okay, well, I mean, you're not really going to ding USC for traveling across the country and being right there in that environment and all of that. And also not going to give a ton of credit to Penn State for winning that game in that environment. All of it. I'm with you. And if, let's just say both games are at least competitive with Michigan and Washington. Okay, yep, you don't have the marquee victory and certainly don't have a marquee road victory. But what you also would have in that scenario, 10-2 Penn State team with it playing out the way we just said, is you don't have a bad loss on there. And again, we're projecting that these preseason rankings are about accurate. Obviously, if Washington turns out to be a 3-9 team and one of their 3 wins was their game there.
Yes.
So we're laying out the scenario presuming that these are ballpark rankings with some accuracy. You don't have a bad loss on there, and I think what we've seen the last couple of years, Goon, is that there are teams that have a marquee win, but they also have, oh man, how did they lose that game? Like that, how do you explain that one? And if those teams have that game, and I think it's more likely than not that when you're starting to get down to the figuring out the 9th and 10th seeds, that some of those teams that are going to be involved have a bad loss. I also, it does come back to the eye test, and I do think, I know Penn State fans will be more aware of the eye test this year with those first 3 games. And that is going to be part of it. Is all right. There are different 10-2s where you're skating by, you win by the skin of your teeth at Northwestern and barely hang on to pull out a victory against Marshall in the opener, or are you rolling through the non-conference schedule? You beat Wisconsin, solidly, 17 points. You're right there in both the Washington and Michigan games, feel like games that could have gone either way. And, you're racking up some impressive wins in some of the other conference games against teams that, again, you're expected to win comfortably against. But if you're going out and doing that, I think it is more likely you get in at 10-2. I do think there is certainly a scenario there where Penn State goes 10-2 and does not get into the playoffs because of that schedule, and if they don't look the part, right? And especially later in the season. If you have a stumble in October or November where, again, you're a double-digit favorite, and even if you don't lose the way you did last year to UCLA or Northwestern, if you, again, you're 20-point favorite and you're winning by a field goal, yeah, I mean, they're going to be looking at that, and if one of the other teams down the stretch is like, oh, man, they're coming on like gangbusters, yeah, it's going to be so I guess my takeaway is I don't think it's impossible that a 10-2 team for Penn State doesn't make the playoffs and even gets left out in favor of a 9-3 team. But I think there are a lot of other things that would have to play into it, and certainly could. Again,
you'd have to have a 9-3 team that is pretty damn good with some marquee wins, and
yes, and there are some teams out there that will have that opportunity. There is no question that's just the way
it's going to be an interesting
season.
I really, really feel like that. It's going to be great seeing how everything plays out with our schedule, and just go out and do your job and win games. Let the chips lie where they land. That's all we can do.
Yes.
I said the same thing in 1994. Just go out and win games.
I think if you truly can focus on just like getting better internally, Penn State each day and each week throughout the course of the season, but the schedule's still going to be talked about. I mean, that's inevitable. But much like Indiana, at the end of the day, the numbers are the numbers, and the conference is the conference. And even if people are left, hey, you didn't play anybody, if you can't turn around and say, and also, you didn't play well in half of those games, right? If you don't have a tough schedule, but you look like a great team in 10 of your 12 games or 11 of your 12 games, right? It's like, well, okay. I mean, yeah, they didn't get – it wasn't their fault. They didn't put the schedule. But, man, that looked like a team that, if given the opportunity, could go toe-to-toe. So let's give them the opportunity, and then you see how the playoffs play out, and that'll be a whole nother story unto itself. And – the Big Ten, with Ohio State and Oregon, and maybe USC, we'll see. Again, Indiana is going to be just a storyline to follow, because I certainly don't think they're going to drop off dramatically. I also can't imagine that they can sustain the type of success they've had for the first two seasons, right? Like, they can't.
We shall see.
They can't get
playoffs for a third straight.
In the upcoming season, right?
It's an interesting year to see where they're at, because they're not sneaking up on anybody anymore.
They are not, but it also feels like there is no coach better equipped to handle those expectations and to not allow the roses that have come Indiana's way, deservedly so, by the way, to get to mess with the minds of the kids on that team. And I just don't think they're going to be. The fact that we can even talk about the possibility of an Indiana team being complacent on their past accomplishments is just, I still have a hard time wrapping my head around that.
Absolutely.
Like until what we saw the last 2 years, and I would have said that's just not possible, the notion that an Indiana team, they're going to be overconfident, or they're going to take it easy because they're going to rest on their past laurels.
Yep.
It's like, well, that's That's patently absurd.
Middle of the damn night last night, I'm watching Indiana, Oregon. Woke up in the middle of the night. It was on the TV that I fell asleep to. And I was watching it. And I want to know how much of that was Mendoza.
Well, and I will tell you, I
he
think
was
Cignetti,
unreal last year.
but I think the relationship that Cignetti was able to develop with him, we're going to find out, I guess.
Yeah.
Is Cignetti a quarterback? I don't even want to say quarterback whisperer, because I do think Mendoza was talented. They have a quarterback coming in with more accolades coming in, for sure, than what Mendoza had. And if they are able to get quarterback play that is in the neighborhood of what Mendoza did the last couple of years.
They went into Oregon last year and whipped them.
Yeah, they are going to be right there. I mean, and when I say right there, again, Ohio State and Oregon are unquestionably going into the season. I shouldn't, always a question as to how the season will play out. But the expectation, I should say, is unquestionably that they could and should be contending, at the very least, for a national title this season. But if Indiana can get that quarterback play in the same ballpark as what Mendoza provided, again, I don't think there's much danger of a dramatic drop-off.
But
for as crazy as last year's, as the last 2 years have been in Indiana, Goon, if this team, that program, goes back-to-back, I mean, and I'm not sitting here telling you I think it's impossible. I think it's unlikely. But if that happens,
it's unbelievable.
I mean, it's already the greatest turnaround story in sports.
Absolutely.
Like ever.
Ever.
If they are able to go back-to-back as national champions
with a new quarterback,
then they so far blow out of the water any other turnaround story in sports that I don't. And I think you put Cignetti in. You waive all of the rules and you put Cignetti in the College Football Hall of Fame immediately. Next year's class.
Do it.
It'll be very, very interesting to see how that Indiana season progresses. Take a break here. Back with a final segment after this.
You look a bit nervous, hey?
Thierry, what's it like to stand in the FIFA World Cup stadium?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Just tell me. Come on.
It's not something that you can put into words.
Such a tease.
You can't rush it. You will find out when it's your time.
Thanks for the wisdom, coach. So, how much longer?
Now go and make history, my man. Here's the World Cup you've been waiting for.
Actually, the World Cup's been waiting for me.
That's the spirit. Just remember who drove you here.
Inspiring every step of the next legend. The official matchball carrier, proudly sponsored by Kia. Inspiration connects us all.
If you love wings, if you love rings, and all kinds of other tempting things, great times, great food, get to Quaker Steak Lube.
Get our Best Wings USA signature sauces, mouth-watering appetizers, or any of our delicious award-winning lube favorites.
Great times, great food, get to Quaker Steak Lube.
I'm the Modelo Recruiter, and I'm looking for fans with good hands and great speed. The ones who stay focused and never miss a play. They go the distance on game day, even when their team is away. I'm always watching, always looking to reward more full-time fans. Because football isn't really football without you.
Lusk & Associates Sotheby's International Realty proudly presents the introduction of our new State College office at 314 South Borough Street in State College. At Sotheby's International Realty, we advertise locally, nationally, and internationally, bringing the best of advertising and promotion to each and every one of our properties, big or small. Call now.
A lot has changed about State College. One thing that hasn't is W.C. Clark's Coffee Roasters on 234 East Calder Way. 30 different varieties of specialty coffee beans sourced from over 25 countries and roasted with love each morning in Happy Valley for over 45 years. They'll ship their fresh roasted coffee from their doorstep to yours. Order online at statecollegecoffee.com. That's statecollegecoffee.com.
Hi, welcome to Timberland Federal Credit Union, a financial cooperative for its members, tracing all the way back to 1973.
Experience Timberland Federal Credit Union, where you're greeted with a smile and financial solutions are tailored to your unique life journey. Here, we're not just financial professionals, we're your neighbors, people invested in your financial needs, literacy, and empowerment. Your dreams matter to us, whether they're about buying a home, growing a nest egg, or embarking on new adventures. TFCU draws from the past and invests in the future, offering modern tools like online banking to give you the freedom to manage your money practically anytime. Additionally, we're passionate about giving back both time and resources because enhancing our community is at the core of why we're here. Visit TFCU in person or online to learn more about our services and apply for a membership today.
WFXX, the Fox, your sports radio.
Broadcasting live, loud and proud from Central PA's Sports Authority, WFXS America.
98.7, the Fox State College.
And we are back for a final segment here at Quaker Steak and Lube on this Thursday, heading into the weekend. I wanted to just talking a lot about the Big Ten, obviously, and Big Ten is feeling its oats right now, I think fair to say. 3 straight national championships and proclaiming that they are the top dog now in college football. Obviously, the SEC will dispute that.
No.
I think one of the things that I will be looking at as a gauge, fairly or unfairly, and I'm not even saying it's fair, but there are 2 games. So Notre Dame is getting a lot of preseason hype. I've seen a couple of, I've seen and heard a couple of people say that they do think Notre Dame will get the national championship. I haven't seen that. They generally seem to be a top 5. I think they're a consensus top 5. They're not getting a lot of love as the preseason national champion. I'm seeing Ohio State. I'm seeing Oregon. I'm seeing Texas. Those are the 3 teams that seem to be getting the most national title talk heading into the season. But a little bit Notre Dame, a little bit Georgia.
I'm telling you, Sark's on the Franklin type hot seat, but that's another day to talk about that.
I'm with you. So Notre Dame, and I do think Notre Dame has a really good team. I mean, I certainly expect them to be in the playoffs and to win at least a game in the playoffs. But there are 2 Big Ten opponents in the first 3 games, neither of which would strike fear into anybody in college football going into the season, but both of which I think are intriguing. You have the Wisconsin game, and we've talked about this one already a little bit on the show, and because it is at Lambeau Field, there's going to be a special feel to it no matter what. And it's a Wisconsin program that has a proud tradition and is very much looking for a bounce-back season. Well, no better way to kick off a bounce-back season than to open up the year knocking off a highly ranked and highly thought of Notre Dame team. It'll
Lambeau.
be a night game. Yeah, it'll be a night game. Not making any predictions here or anything. That is a game I want to see, and I think if Wisconsin does end up being a middle-of-the-road Big Ten team, which is, again, we just went through, Iowa is projected as a middle-of-the-road Big Ten team. You're in pretty good company if you're able to be there. But if a middle-of-the-road Big Ten team, and we don't know for sure that Wisconsin is that, but if they are able to, even if they don't win that game, if they are able to go 4 quarters kind of toe-to-toe and have a shot, a realistic shot in that fourth quarter, I think that bodes well for, you know what, the Big Ten, the SEC will say, all right, you had the champion the last 3 years, but after the top team or the top couple of teams, that's where the SEC, we're a meat grinder. I think the Big Ten is very, very comparable and maybe even a little tougher, and especially in this upcoming season, because if Wisconsin does show up better, and Michigan State's the other one. So Notre Dame opens up with the game at Lambeau against Wisconsin.
Yep.
Then they have Rice at home, and then home against Michigan State. And Michigan State, we keep talking about the storylines in the Big Ten. Yep. Pat Fitzgerald returning, and listen, I don't think he's not going to get Michigan State into the Big Ten title game this season or anything like that. But Pat Fitzgerald knows how to coach football. And he has the enthusiasm with which he is approaching this season. Like, he is thrilled to just have the opportunity to be back doing what he loves to do. And
I think he's got a little bone to pick with the college football world.
There is, yes. I don't think there can be any doubt about that. Now, I don't think he has the talent on that roster to go out and beat Notre Dame, and man, I hope I'm wrong. I would love to see it. But it's kind of same thing. Can Michigan State hang with Notre Dame? Can they make that a competitive game for 4 quarters? And if either or both of those games are, 7 points or less at the end of the day, or 10 points or less even at the end of the day, and Notre Dame goes on and, let's say, at least has an 11-1 regular season and does what it's expected to play. And then to me, that is a pretty strong indication that, you know what, the Big Ten, it's not just Ohio State, Oregon, and Indiana. That's a pretty doggone good conference when you can have a Michigan State or a Wisconsin going toe-to-toe with, I think most expect Notre Dame to be a contender anyway for the national title this season.
I saw none other than Brian Kelly predicting that Notre Dame is undefeated next year. He went through the schedule yesterday. I saw on some Instagram post, and he's they'll be
not favored.
But they got Miami on there.
Yeah,
they got BYU.
But they're home with Miami, right?
I got you. Yeah, BYU. Are they playing Purdue, Navy?
No, they have
no Purdue.
They have. They do have Purdue.
And then they have Navy also.
But Purdue is.
Yeah, I know.
But they're home, so they do have some on paper good matchups. They're at BYU, but then they're home with Miami and they're home with SMU. Again, certainly more than respectable opponents, but there is not a matchup there, right? They don't have anybody that is in the preseason top 10. And again, it's preseason. I get it.
Michigan has 4.
Yeah, I will say if Michigan, if Michigan is able to make some headway, Miami is 7th. Sorry, I overlooked the Hurricanes. So again, they have that one at home. I think BYU, where were they? 15th, and then SMU is 20th. So again, it is not.
Where's the SMU game at, Jeffrey? If you don't mind.
That's in South Bend.
Oh, geez, SMU, they're done. Oh, the cold. The cold. Oh,
yeah,
my God, the weather.
Both of those later in the season games are at South Bend. We may have to postpone because we've got about a minute.
Yeah.
Penn State, again, Media Day will be coming up on Saturday.
Yep.
We'll get some information. I mean, there's some little things coming out here and there about the way things are progressing in the early going, very early going of Matt Campbell's first preseason camp here at Penn State.
Yep.
But when you look at that schedule, when you look at I'm thinking this through, Goon. So, I don't think Notre Dame and Penn State's schedules are all that different. And well, actually,
we don't have a top 10.
If Notre Dame goes 10-2, if there's a really good 9-3 I think they would be in some danger too. I was going to say I think Notre Dame would get the benefit of the doubt.
10-2 with a loss to Miami and BYU. They
especially, I don't know that would be. I think it would be fairly. And by the way, with Penn State too, I mean I think it'd be fair to look at it again. You got to look at the totality of the circumstances. But I'm not sitting here telling you that they're not only could a 10-2 team not make it, but I think it's also possible that it would be even Penn State fans would say, at least understand it. All right, that's going to wrap things up
for today. Have a good weekend, boys and girls.
Yep, we hope you have a great weekend. We'll be back on Tuesday. Until then, be good and be safe.
You look a bit nervous, hey?
Thierry, what's it like to stand in the FIFA World Cup stadium?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Just tell me. Come on.
It's not something that you can put into words.
Such a tease.
You can't rush it. You will find out when it's your time.
Thanks for the wisdom, coach. So, how much longer?
Now go and make history, my man. Here's the World Cup you've been waiting for.
Actually, the World Cup's been waiting for me.
That's the spirit. Just remember who drove you here.
Inspiring every step of the next legend. The official matchball carrier, proudly sponsored by Kia. Inspiration connects us all.
If you love wings, if you love rings, and all kinds of other tempting things, great times, great food, get to Quaker Steak Lube.
Get our Best Wings USA signature sauces, mouth-watering appetizers, or any of our delicious award-winning lube favorites.
Great times, great food, get to Quaker Steak Lube.
I'm the Modelo Recruiter, and I'm looking for fans with good hands and great speed. The ones who stay focused and never miss a play. They go the distance on game day, even when their team is away. I'm always watching, always looking to reward more full-time fans. Because football isn't really football without you.
Lusk & Associates Sotheby's International Realty proudly presents the introduction of our new State College office at 314 South Borough Street in State College. At Sotheby's International Realty, we advertise locally, nationally, and internationally, bringing the best of advertising and promotion to each and every one of our properties, big or small. Call now.
A lot has changed about State College. One thing that hasn't is W.C. Clark's Coffee Roasters on 234 East Calder Way. 30 different varieties of specialty coffee beans sourced from over 25 countries and roasted with love each morning in Happy Valley for over 45 years. They'll ship their fresh roasted coffee from their doorstep to yours. Order online at statecollegecoffee.com. That's statecollegecoffee.com.
Hi, welcome to Timberland Federal Credit Union, a financial cooperative for its members, tracing all the way back to 1973.
Experience Timberland Federal Credit Union, where you're greeted with a smile and financial solutions are tailored to your unique life journey. Here, we're not just financial professionals, we're your neighbors, people invested in your financial needs, literacy, and empowerment. Your dreams matter to us, whether they're about buying a home, growing a nest egg, or embarking on new adventures. TFCU draws from the past and invests in the future, offering modern tools like online banking to give you the freedom to manage your money practically anytime. Additionally, we're passionate about giving back both time and resources because enhancing our community is at the core of why we're here. Visit TFCU in person or online to learn more about our services and apply for a membership today.
WFXX, once again, the Fox, your sports radio.
Broadcasting live, loud and proud from Central PA's Sports Authority, WFXS America.
98.7, the Fox, Steve Collins.